We saw enough from both Taylor and Jeff to give them playing time. Are you seeing that again kind of this week?
We'll see what happens this week. We got to see how close Vernon is and when he's going to be back healthy. If he's not ready to go, then those two guys have another game of experience under their belt.
Yeah, you guys have always tried to keep three quarterbacks ready, but do you find yourself over the last couple weeks sort of evaluating the number three guy different than you have the last few years?
Well, obviously, because our number three guy was playing on Saturday. And I don't know who 1, 2, and 3 is right now. We'll have to find out as the week progresses here. We went into that game knowing we were going to play both those two guys, and the calls kind of varied depending on who was in there, and we kind of stuck with whoever we thought gave us the best chance on that drive, and I thought both guys did some good things.
Did that make breaking down practices any more of a challenge? Did you have to look any closer, more reps than you might otherwise?
No, we get so many reps in practice that those guys get plenty of reps. Taylor's gotten hundreds of reps since fall camp started, so it isn't like he's sitting on a knee watching practice. He's getting reps, and I felt like both those guys were really prepared to go into that game.
It looks like you guys were taking them out after every touchdown. How hard is it for the quarterback then to be able to pick up momentum when they have to go back in?
It wasn't intentional to switch it after touchdowns. I think that's kind of the way it worked out. We started off by thinking that Jeff was going to take 2 series and then Taylor was going to go in, and that's what happened, and then we just kind of rotated from there.
From the overall perspective, what were the positive negatives that you could take from the Colorado game?
Well, I was pleased with a couple things. Pleased with how we ran the ball. I think we found a couple more young players that stepped up and made some plays. I thought the line did a better job of keeping their pad level down and moving the defensive line for us. I was also really pleased with us responding. The game before, when things started to turn the other way, we didn't respond. In this one, we were up 7-0, and probably should have been better than that. And then they scored 14 straight, and our team fought back, which is what you have to do.
When you look at that running game, how do you balance utilizing the strength while also not being too imbalanced and becoming predictable, and how tough is that balance?
It's tough. We had a few chances down the field, and we either didn't see them or missed them a couple times, and we need to get better at that. But for a long time around here, we leaned on the running game a little heavier than we did last year. So if we have to do that again, then I feel good about our running game.
How critical was the O-line play in that run game?
Well, obviously, we ran for almost 400 yards. I think they did a good job. I still think there's improvements to be made there, but the guys had a mindset that we were going to run it to win it, and the O-line was mostly responsible for that.
What are you seeing out of Washington State's defense?
They're multiple. They're active. They're aggressive. They run to the ball. They do a lot of different things. So we got to play to our rules and make sure our guys know how to handle everything they do.
New defensive coordinator, you've seen a couple new DCs this year. How much do you see a change from one year to the next with those cases?
Well, there's some things about them that are similar from last year, but for the most part, if you take it as a whole, they're different. You can see each coordinator's characteristics within what they do, and these guys do some good things.
When do you expect Darren Carrington to be added to the mix?
I have no idea.
Hey, Scott, what do you like about Taj Griffin? It sure seems like he can really run hard. Not only a speedster, but he runs hard.
Yeah, he doesn't slow down to make cuts. He hits holes and accelerates, which is great to see, especially from a smaller guy. And, without Byron Saturday, it was good to have one more speed guy that we can use in situations, and we're going to have to keep feeding him the ball.
Other than being a true freshman and having good players in front of him, what are some things not allowing him to play more?
He did a great job last week of making sure he knew his job. Certain freshmen come in and really go to work learning the offense, and others it takes a little longer. I think it just took Taj a little longer, but he's starting to figure it out.